Now, Lionel Messi, man, he's been killing it. We've been talking about him, and he's been doing his thing. And of course, the last match. I mean, it almost feels like we're not going to talk about this
Pure
no more. We'll keep moving on. We're going to
pure
move
magic.
on. But then the next match just makes it happen. And just one of those players. Again, we've said it
Bonkers.
before. He just
Bonkers.
touched to be the hero, and honestly, but it also makes you think like these guys either were tired of being in Europe, which and they still have a lot of gas in their
Possible.
tank, or the level in the MLS is low that they can
They have room.
succeed.
They have space.
They can
Yeah.
succeed, or maybe a combination of both, or maybe also that they don't have a chip on their shoulder and they're just playing freely. But what do you think about people, critics, just taking down the MLS because of how good Messi is doing and everybody else is playing on this team, being the last team, and all of a sudden they're the best team in the MLS lately?
Listen. The last time Lionel Messi was at Barcelona, he was still a 25 goal scorer, right?
Right.
He's not. I think the PSG experience was something that was forced on him. He never wanted to be at PSG. He never wanted to go there. The tears were real. He was uncomfortable clearly in France. The ultras didn't want him, and he was just about the World Cup last season. Ultras. He still had a 16-16 season in a defensive league. If you don't know that about France, it is, right? His last season at Barcelona, 33 years old, 30 goals. Like the greatest player of all time, period. I'm sorry, Ronaldo. You are great, and you just happened to come at the wrong time. This is the greatest player of all time, okay? Double-digit goals and assists for 15 straight years, over 600-700 goals, just otherworldly. In MLS, what he can do is, because the intensity isn't there, because the defensive skill levels isn't there, and even within MLS, money is never, ever spent on defenders. Ever. The entire league, anytime a player is signed, it's for fame, it's for drive. No team spends designated player money on number sixes. No team signs designated player money on center backs. It simply doesn't happen, right? Maybe Rafa Marquez, maybe when he went to Red Bull, but barely. Put people in the seats. So you have Messi, the greatest offensive genius in the history of football, going against MLS and CONCACAF level defenders. He's going to eat them alive. He's going to find the space. They're not going to be close to him. These players are running towards the ball, running towards other players. He's literally free in the box. I'm like, my guy, that's Lionel Messi. Why are you going to the other guy? That's not Lionel Messi. Like, else is not Lionel Messi. Will you just mark him? If the other guy beats you, good. Don't let it be Messi. So what we saw at the Dallas game was just heroic MLS defending. Even though this was the League's Cup, these are not all these games that he's been playing have not affected the standings.
No, you're right.
Inter Miami, they may not, they still may not make the playoffs, but he's winning this weird cup that they made up so that MLS could play Mexican teams
and make some money off of it.
But he'll get to the final because they rigged it so that he's on that side, or things just played out that way.
Yeah.
So he may end up playing like Atlas or Pumas or something.